Hello everyone, welcome to the Readers. Today we are going to see the third part of history lesson Nationalism in India, which is towards civil disobedience. We have already learned that in February 1922, non-cooperation movement was withdrawn because it turned violent at a place called Chauri Chaura in Uttar Pradesh. Congress leaders wanted to participate in election which was going to be conducted according to Government of India Act of 1919. According to them, it was important to oppose the British policies by being a member of the council. There were two groups of members with a different point of view. Members like C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party in order to return back to council politics. And members like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose believed that only through mass agitation we could get Swaraj for the country. Worldwide economic depression happened in the year 1920. Because of agricultural overproduction, the prices of crops fell between the years 1926 to 1930 and the demands reduced. As a result, exports declined and it became difficult for the farmers to sell their harvests and pay the revenue to the British government. Simon Commission. The Tory government or the Conservative government of Britain formed a statutory commission with 7 members under the leadership of Sir John Simon. It was formed in order to look into the functioning of the constitutional system in India and also to suggest few changes. There was not even a single Indian member present in the commission and hence it was not welcomed by the Indians. It arrived in the year 1928 and people raised slogans like Go Back Simon. There was all-party demonstration as well against the Simon Commission. In October 1929, Viceroy Lord Irwin offered Dominion status for India in future. Dominion status is nothing but we would be able to rule ourselves but we will still be under the control of British. And also, we were offered roundtable conference to discuss our issues. It was partial independence. So, in December 1929, at INC session of Lahore under Jawaharlal Nehru, Congress demanded Purna Swaraj, which means full independence. And they declared that 26th January 1930 would be our Independence Day. They wanted people to take pledge for complete independence, but very little attention came towards such kind of pledge. Mahatma Gandhi tried to relate the idea of freedom with issues of everyday life of the common people. A satyagraha happened in the year 1928 at a place called Bardoli in Gujarat. This satyagraha was led by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and it was against the 22% of increase in land revenue. The Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. As Gandhiji tried to relate idea of freedom with issues of everyday life, he found in salt a powerful symbol to unite nation. He sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin on 31st January 1930 with 11 demands. Some of the demands were general and some were specific. The major demand was to abolish the salt tax, as salt is consumed by both rich and poor. Mahatma Gandhi declared that tax on salt and government monopoly over its production revealed the oppressive and the dominating phase of British. He even gave an ultimatum to Viceroy Irwin that if the demands are not fulfilled by 11th March, civil disobedience movement would be launched throughout India. Even after getting an ultimatum, Viceroy Irwin was unwilling to negotiate with Gandhiji. Hence, Gandhiji started his Salt March. The meaning of the word march is stride or walk. He started his march with 78 volunteers on 11th March. He walked 240 miles from Sabarmati Ashram, which is in Ahmedabad, to Dandi, which is a coastal town in Gujarat. He covered the distance in 24 days. Thousands of people came to hear Gandhiji when he walked through the villages. He told them the meaning of Swaraj and also the way to disobey British peacefully. He reached the coastal town of Dundee on 6th April. He violated the law. He manufactured the salt by boiling seawater. Thus, civil disobedience movement was started. On seeing Gandhiji, thousands of people broke the salt law and they manufactured salt in the coastal areas. This movement spread throughout the country. Foreign clothes were boycotted, liquor shops were picketed. The difference between NCM and CDM is nothing but in civil disobedience movement, people will start breaking the law. Hence, people refuse to pay revenue to the government and even the Chowkidari taxes. Chowkidar is a person who helps the police department to protect a rural area, and hence a tax has to be paid by the people to the British government. Village officers resigned, forest laws were violated, and hence British got worried and they started arresting the Congress leaders. This resulted in a violent clash between the British and the people. Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is the student or the disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, was arrested in April 1930. His arrest resulted in demonstration in Peshawar. Mahatma Gandhi was arrested after a month. As a result, the industrial workers of Sholapur, which is in Maharashtra, started attacking the police post, municipal building, court, and railway station. There was severe control on part of the British government. Several satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were beaten up, over 1 lakh people were arrested, and hence Gandhiji called off the civil disobedience movement in the year 1931. Hope you have understood the topics. Go through your textbook. I'm sure you would score well. If you like the video, click on the like button. If you want to be notified when we upload a new video, do subscribe our channel. If it was beneficial to you, do share it with others. Thank you.